the best apple cider vinegar. I think you'll be a little bit shocked at today's video. There's three main apple cider vinegar producers in the United States, and there's two that you asked me to look at. Now, I know many of you also get them from farmers markets or you get small batched. Some of you even make it at home. I'm going to go through also exactly what to look for, but we'll look at these two brands in particular, and I think you will be surprised. Now, so I have no skin in this game here today. I accepted no money and I don't sell any vinegar products. In fact, I never do any sponsored videos on this channel, but I do personally use ACV, apple cider vinegar. Why am I disclaiming this video today and I never do? You see, there's a bit of controversy involved, so I just wanted to let you know to be clear. You'll see coming up the controversy. Now with ACV, it absolutely does matter which one you take. What are some of the controversial points? Well, some have been accused, I'll say, of adding water and diluting theirs. Here's part of the controversy. Now I'm in Walmart in Maui, and look at the two Bragg apple cider vinegars. They look so different. This is part of what got TikTok and Instagram going, and people said, look how different the batches are. They're diluting some of it, and you can see the one on the left looks lighter, on the right looks darker. This was part of what started the controversy. Also, Katy Perry invested in one, and she is purported to have ruined it, and the brand is Bragg's, and it said that she's diluted it down, the investment company that purchased it, and it's not that effective. So a lot of people are not wanting to use Bragg vinegar anymore. Next is her association with Bill Gates and the money-hungry quest to own and harm our large food supply. That's just a little bit of the controversy that we'll be going into, but most importantly, looking at these vinegars to see if those claims are true. The problem is that ACV is actually amazing for your health, but it needs to be a certain type. So I'll debunk that as well in this quick video today, and at the end I'll provide a complete video link for what ACV does, how to lose weight, control blood sugars, and much more with it. I actually called the apple cider vinegar companies to get the real skinny for you today. But there's also a very simple way to tell if you think yours is diluted. Measuring what? The pH. You see, apple cider vinegar should be around pH 2.7 to 3-ish. I tested them, and both Bragg and Fairchild are at this pH, between 2.7 and 3. You can use electronic testers if you want to be perfect and know the exact number. I use the paper testers. It gets you pretty close to what you need to be. You see, water's around pH of 7. So if one is watered down, you're going to have a much higher pH, and I haven't found that to be the case. Now, what about the sediment or the mother? The mother that's in these ACV bottles? Well, it's said to contain the precious enzymes and bacteria, but keep in mind you cannot see enzymes and bacteria with the naked eye. They're microscopic. So just because the batches look different to our eye means very little. Vinegar has been used for centuries as a cooking, a cleaning, and a medicinal agent, which is how most of us use it. Apple cider vinegar is made from fermented apples and water, which produce acetic acid. That's the main compound in vinegar. It's a two-step process. One from the apples to alcohol, and then another from the alcohol to the vinegar. Here's another brand that was in Walmart, and they go through the process. Apples are pressed into juice, then the apple juice ferments and turns into hard cider, and finally the hard cider continues to ferment until it becomes apple cider vinegar. They state that right on the bottle. Importantly, it's the acetic acid in the vinegar that's responsible for many of vinegar's associated health effects, such as the lowering of blood sugar levels, aiding in weight loss, a very common use, and reducing risk factors for heart disease. Unfortunately, many think it's the mother in the apple cider vinegar that is most important. And to this end, there was a flurry of TikTok posts about Bragg's ACV looking different in different batches. Some had more mother and some had less. You see the mother right here at the bottom of the bottle. It looks cloudy. So when they looked in these videos and they compared apple cider vinegar from Bragg, the same company, they found them on different shelves at different stores, even different states. They go, look, I can show you. This one looks lighter in color. And look, they now put water on the back of the ingredient list, so they're diluting it down. And that was after Katy Perry purchased it. But right here on many bottles, it says the same thing. Diluted with water to 5%, because that's the standard dose for apple cider vinegar. I'll go through in a moment. And you know then how this goes. One TikToker to another posted it, and voila, it became the truth. You see, if you hear things enough from Dr. Google or Dr. TikTok, then it must be true, right? Well, first we need to know, number one, does ACV even work? While the most research has been conducted on animals, many recent actually human trials indicate and validate the beneficial effects of apple cider vinegar on managing mainly blood sugar and cholesterol is what it's been looked at in human studies. Now, Fairchild's as a brand, that's the other highly popular brand. You have Bragg and Fairchild's, the two most popular. Well, Fairchild's is 6.3% acetic acid, which is approximately 25% more vinegar per bottle than the 5% that's in Bragg. If you look at Bragg's, there's indeed water on the back of the label. And when you call the company and ask them, that's there to stabilize it at 5%. Whereas Fairchild's is apparently steadily at 6.3% without dilution or the need for dilution with water. So with Bragg, we know the dose is tested and it will be at 5%. This is what they're saying. They also said they have never changed the recipe. Just FYI for you, the recipe has always been the same. Well, what should you look for? Let's go through the details. Number one, let's look for unfiltered versus filtered apple cider vinegar. You want raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar because that contains a cloudy substance known as this mother that we're talking about. The mother is made up of strands of the proteins and the enzymes that are beneficial bacteria for your gut and your microbiome. Think of it like probiotics. But you can't tell from the amount in there that you're seeing with the naked eye how much is in there. Nevertheless, look for ones containing mother. Number two, you see unfiltered apple cider vinegar is also often unpasteurized. Look for this on the bottle, unpasteurized. It's more beneficial because it has more active enzymes. However, people who are pregnant or maybe immune compromised, as well as some people believe children, should not consume unpasteurized products. So there is a place for pasteurized product if you see it, but for us, for the benefits we're looking for, you want to look for unpasteurized. You can tell because filtered apple cider vinegar had its mother and other sediment removed, resulting in a clear amber-looking product. That's not what you want. Number three, look for organic over conventional apple cider vinegar because organic products most commonly comply with stricter regulations regarding the use of pesticides and synthetic fertilizers. We don't want that. Organic apple cider vinegar also has more diversity of the beneficial bacteria in it. Number four, you're going to look for non-GMO. In one study comparing the bacteria content of organic unfiltered apple cider vinegar products with conventional unfiltered apple cider vinegar, the organic vinegar had a greater diversity of bacterial strains. So in this case, we want to look for organic non-GMO. Gut bacteria diversity is important for overall health, as research has found association between greater gut diversity and a reduced risk of obesity, type 2 diabetes, and inflammatory bowel disease. I know so many of you are on it, not only for the sugars, but for weight loss. And you'll see that you can get apple cider vinegar supplements as well. I looked at those. I decided not to bring them into my line because I think taking the real vinegar with the mother is better than supplementing if you have a choice. Now, where does Katy Perry come into all this? Well, apparently her family were friends with Patricia Bragg, who sadly passed away in 2023 at the age, by the way, of 94. Patricia Bragg, after serving as the CEO for more than 40 years, retired at the age of 90. Good longevity for her. Congrats to her. I wonder how much ACV played a role in her longevity. That would be fascinating to know. How is Bill Gates even involved in this controversy? Well, he has investments with the same investment group that took Bragg over, or that invested in Bragg, but not with Bragg itself. It's through the investment group. Best I can tell, it's a bit of a conspiracy theory here, putting Katy Perry and Bill Gates together. It's not even clear that they have ever even talked together about apple cider vinegar, but they're both involved in the investment. Since Patricia Bragg retired, she handed it over to Katy Perry and those investment groups. There are many articles like this one. Why apple cider vinegar fans are mad at Katy Perry. Fans of Bragg's ACV insist the pop star is responsible for a drop in quality, to which a curious world cries out, huh? So there are many, many articles like this based on those TikTok and Instagram reels that were coming out about the dilution and the differences in the bottle appearance. Remember, rich people run in the same circles. There's no indication, like I said, that Bill Gates and Katy Perry even talked about ACV, but of course they're going to have investments in common. Now, is more sediment or mother better? Remember, this is a natural product, and there will be batch-to-batch variation in color, acidity, and yes, sediment differences. Do you think they contract out to all one farm to get their apples? No, they contract out to many different farms, and there's going to be different apples used at times, different sun exposures, watering of the trees, seasonal differences. Moreover, the apples used are not perfectly shiny like the ones you're going to get in the grocery store that you're going to want to bite into. You're getting often the quote-unquote seconds. They're not really seconds. They just might have a bruise. They might be a little over or under ripe, but they're not the ones you're going to eat likely. So the apples will vary from batch to batch. Now, I know many of you buy other brands. Maybe you're buying local, like I do. You make your own. You get them from farmers markets, etc. So between these two brands that we're talking about today, what do I take? Well, I take either of these. If you want a higher dose per teaspoon, you want to go for Fairchild's. But Bragg has a known measured effective dose at 5%. Now remember, more does not necessarily mean better, but it could be cheaper because you're getting a higher concentration for less amount. Both do have the elements I look for in apple cider vinegar. So go by cost. If one's on sale versus another, that might sway you. Let me know your favorite one, of course, in the comments below. You'll now want to watch this video up here all about apple cider vinegar and exactly how to use it, what it can do for your health benefits, and one down here all about LED and red light and how you can use that to boost your collagen and elastin. Stay tuned here. Keep your skin and body beautiful, healthy, and vibrant.